moustache or facial hair the engineer has, because it's starting to get on my nerves.
Oh, what? You mean facial hair in
Your
general? He's
icon
always got that
has
moustache,
the
right?
walrus. No, he fucking doesn't.
It is the walrus, isn't it?
It's the walrus and like the weird fat fucking beard, which I don't like. And then in like the loading menus, he only has the walrus, but he's recently had a different beard. Like in the DLC trailer, he had a different fucking beard.
Different beard.
Not beard, a mustache. He had like a tamer one.
The hell?
I think he may have had the Bismarck. So they just keep changing his fucking beard.
Bismore.
It's
Or is it
it's
the? Or is
getting
it
on
the?
my
No, it
nerves.
can't be the Swanson. What's the Bis? Oh yeah, I love the Bismarck though.
It's
That's one of my
so-
favorite. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a bit like bushy good guy. No,
No.
I will say the explosive tangle was a pretty good one. That was like from season 3. I like that.
Explosive tangle.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's taken a while. Else was new. Is this mustache? Oh,
Yeah.
that one. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot that was new. It's
Well,
not
hold on.
bad.
Is it new? Yeah, but I
Yeah,
just
I
mean
think it
usually the mustaches are either really like goofy and like slash unusable.
Like Insidious 12
Yeah, but
or
explosive
Swirly
tangle's
Droop.
just not bad. I think.
Swirly Droop straight up the worst. Like
What's that?
mustache.
Swirly droop. Oh right. I like the
Fucking
I
horrific.
like the do I still have my guy with them on? I do. These sideburns, the resplendent frills.
Yeah.
They're actually not bad if you pair it with this beard. Actually, it makes this beard better, which I actually appreciate.
Didn't quite sync up perfectly, but
No,
it
I
is
know,
enough.
but I'm not a big fan of that beard anyway. So I'm just like,
You kind of block out the.
or I can take the paintbrush.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a sideburns
Sadly,
for
the
that.
paintbrush is kind of ass.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I think it looks better in the game.
I don't think the paintbrush is ass. Oh, the tightly wound is from season 3 as well. I'm pretty sure. That's a good beard. Like it's quite bulbous. It's got two like bands on it. It's not very big.
I don't know what order they set fucking things in. Is it alphabetical? I think it is actually.
Yeah.
Holy shit! How did I not realize it?
I mean, I didn't either, but
I mean,
it's also
yeah, no, it's
hold
not
on.
bad.
It's really fucking jammy that somehow is it alphabetical because like, you have like.
Bound.
Well, no, it is mostly alphabetical. I just mean, look at something like Double Horsetails. You've got Double Horsetails Armoured and Double Horsetails Gilded. It's like, they had it so the Armoured one's always going to come
Yeah, they got
second,
like normal armored.
and then Gilded is
normal
always going to come
armored gilded.
third. But it's still alphabetically correct.
Yeah.
That's jammy as fuck, but like, it's not forced either. Scorpion mask. Fucking hell. I don't hate it, actually. That's just one of those ones that really deserves to be able to be coloured.
I think it's the only issue with it is that like we have the default mask, which is kind of bland, but ultimately you can change the color, so it's alright.
Who says
Then
you
we
can't
have the
use a Scorpion
sterile
mask?
face mask. Exactly, but like
I mean,
it's just that we want
look at
more
me.
masks. Yeah, I know it's a good look.
It's a
which, I mean, I
fucking
guess would probably
brilliant
still
look.
work, but it's the fact that it
Well, of course it would
you
still
got
work.
two uncooperative ones to cooperate.
I know, I'm really proud of it, to be honest. That's why I don't want to change either. No.
Yeah, exactly.
The space,
I know.
well, the Space Biker one, I don't know, maybe that's the kind of one that should have this version and the uniform one, like straight up.
All of those, everything that has
everything
uniform should
Everything that doesn't, you mean?
Split into two.
Everything that's 40 colours should have a uniform version.
Which the issue is that would like inherently like that would giga bloat the actual thing already, but it's already like, an issue. So
no, they could compress it though if you have it so that you click on something with multiple variants and then it opens up a separate thing, which I think might confuse some people, but it would make the whole thing less bloated. I mean, honestly, I want this for everything though. Like even like the witch hat would be awesome if you could have a uniform version. Okay. I mean, obviously some of these things are kind of goofy, but it would still make all the holiday cosmetics better. It's somewhat.
Holy shit, that isn't actually terrible.
No, it's not. Like I don't.
That actually kind of works.
That hat is one of the best holiday ones. It's just a sort of witch hat, and the colours like not. It's not like a big goofy thing. It's not ultimately garish colours.
Yeah, but it's not black.
I know. I'm just
like
saying it's on the better. It's on the better
black.
side, and I've had looks with it before.
But luckily, this purple is so dingy and shit that it actually looks like that terrible. Plus says orange. This might be salvageable.
Salvage operation.
Some other point. There was a post. You probably saw it.
Yeah,
and it was
I'm
someone.
just about to go there.
It's the meme of like a guy driving and he sees it.
That's not what I'm thinking at all.
He sees an industrial sabotage on his like daily weekly core hunt, and he's like abort mission, and then like his reverses, and I was like, oh yeah, love me some industrial sabotage.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Because ultimately, even though I don't hate it that much, I'm glad that people openly hate something in the game. Because as much as I think more things are deserving of criticism, this is a good place to start.
The good place to start is the actual. It's like the worst thing.
Yeah,
because it probably is the worst thing.
But it's the most publicly known. It's a terrible fucking piece of shit. But I was so sick at the comments, and people they didn't do much. Some guy talking about how the caretaker's not that bad, but the rest is just so fucking.
I wonder how many they've played. I wonder how many industrial sabotages they've played.
Well, that was the thing. Is like people are like, you play 4 to 5 and it's fun, and then any more than that, and it starts getting repetitive.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I liked him the first time. I like his design. I like the fact that it I actually really like the caretaker from a design standpoint. Like literally the way it looks, but also like the sounds and the way it almost like has expressions as well.
Yeah.
Kind of gets a bit aggy.
But yeah, and then basically I saw a guy whip out the eliminations worse than industrial sabotage. And it was at that point I'm
use me as a Vin Diesel button because because
like literally, I mean, it was like because of the Hive card, in his opinion. It's literally that because the Hive guard sucks, it's a terrible game mode.
There's so many.
Like, right, fuck that.
So
That's
many
enough for me. I'm getting up.
There's so many reasons why elimination is better than industrial sabotage, and I know that I'm at least more correct than these people because I know that the people who are saying that it's just as bad or saying it's worse don't understand the game that much. Yeah. They just don't know it as well as
elimination. I do. I think an interesting thing they could do with elimination, I mean, maybe fix the Hive Guard slightly, since I don't think they ever really fixed the bug. It doesn't occur as often as it used to.
Well, the bug is the only problem. I actually think the Hive Guards are fine. Like, the one problem I think is those rocks don't necessarily excuse insta-killing you on Hazard 5.
No, they do so much fucking
because
damage.
None of the other attacks insta-kill you on Hazard 5. Still.
Yeah.
So...
And there's so many of them, and sometimes you can't avoid them, like you're trapped in a corner or some shit. But I think an interesting thing they could do with elimination is to add a 1 length one, where it's just one dreadnought. Because I don't see what's the issue.
You could put swarms on that version. You could put
maybe, but like with the
it'd be like an egg. It would literally be like an egg hunt cave. It'd be like an egg hunt cave. Well, and maybe it would spawn a swarm on top of a dreadnought, and that's the whole point of the mission of that version.
It's just I don't know. I don't see why that isn't already a case. Unless they did see like it's kind of a boss rush, not just a 1v1 boss kind of tick.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because 2 still has the
which is
third
fair.
cave as well, so it's still something you can
Yeah,
explore.
it would be a very weirdly empty cave if they still used the same generation, but I don't know. I don't think that would solve any of the issues. I'm just surprised that it's not really the case, and it probably never will be since that's the case. But I don't know. It's interesting because I don't know if we've heard or seen anything that would indicate that anything is occurring to industrial sabotage this season, like coming up, that they would change it in any way. But they really, really should.
I know the thing is they should,
Like,
but
it's
like,
the
do
biggest
you
thing
think?
that everyone's complains about.
I know. I think what has to happen though, I feel like maybe the, probably a good reason to not for them to have not done that for season 4 launch, because
I have said
they
it.
did the same thing for season 3 launch. I feel like this is a case where they tried it completely on their own volition and it didn't work. They needed it to be a thing like they needed to be a response thing. They needed it to be an actual outcry for them to directly respond to. It's just like, guys, Industrial Sabotage sucks so fucking bad. We need to change right now. It needs to be a community thing instead of them just trying it out. No, it needs to be like the core hunt thing almost. I don't know what would cause that, but that's the best way for it to
Okay.
happen. I don't want them to waste time on it again and for
I
it
mean,
to
I think
not
it already
work
had
again.
occurred.
I want
When they forced it
'cause-
into the
well, no,
thing,
because they did it in
there was
season.
enough shit.
The stuff they did in season 3 was to bring it not because of some of it was in response to feedback, but they were always intending to incorporate it into the game differently
Yeah,
after
I guess
season 2
they
was over.
actually. Yeah.
They need to have the incentive to fix it. As they need to, they didn't.
Well,
It wasn't inherently a problem to them when they made those changes. They just wanted to incorporate it properly.
I think
They
it's
need the incentive
definitely.
to fix it, much like the promotion thing. Like, this is something that needs to be fixed.
Which I think is already there. Like, if everyone's always constantly like arguably
But it's been building.
toxically positive
It's been
on the
building. There was a
game, right?
definitive boiling point for something like the promotion fix, right? But this
Yeah.
is just boiling, but it hasn't actually boiled over yet. But you
Yeah.
know,
But that's the thing though, is that they're gonna have like this is the first time that they're adding to the game since all that. Right? Like this will be the point in time. Season 4 is either they're gonna ignore it and let it boil and wait until it explodes, or address it nice and early. Which early being 8 months or 7 months, I guess. But you know it is what it is. Um, it's the earliest that they did it.
it is what it is.
But they either got to address it as in making the game mode good. Um, B, make it like outside of the pocket as a whole. Or C, do the thing where you can kind of cross out a mission from the core hunt pool, or not core hunt pool,
You
which
do.
is any of that pool.
Yes,
Because
please.
that's people's main issues with it, is that people fucking hate it and have to play it. That's their issue. Like they cannot stand the fact that they are being forced to play it. And if they want to promote their dwarves, they do have to do it. It's not
Well,
like it's tough.
there's sort of things about like, I've seen a couple posts about assignments where people wish that they could progress assignments by playing any mission anyway because of the incongruency it creates with playing in a group of friends, right? When you have different assignments, and they don't match up, and people really like the idea of being able to progress assignments without having to play specific missions, which I don't know how to feel about that, but at the same time,
I no,
it's not
that's
like, but it's not like the weekly ones or the promotion ones are curated to be specific missions. They're still random.
I hold on. I think there may be an idea that isn't just simply always let you do whatever you want. Maybe there is an idea where you would
There was an
tie your
idea.
promotion to your friends, essentially. That like when you look on the map and you see your friends doing a promotion, or like someone in your game's doing a mission assignment, you lock on essentially, and you can like switch your mission over to their assignment. Not like their actual assignment, just their mission, if you know what I mean.
Or
Like if your
maybe
one's like a
maybe any assignment mission progresses everyone's assignments in a lobby.
no, like I don't know. It would have to be something you do before joining, um, to not encourage people just joining games constantly and then just easily leveling up all their assignments. Which I guess they do
Hmm.
that anyway. In all fairness, they just do their assignment mission. But even then, they have to do their assignment missions. But this would literally be they join any game and then complete their assignments constantly. Um, but I mean, I don't blame Ghost Ship for not having really adjusted it. Because it's kind of it's assignments as a feature. It's something like tough, right? It's like it's like part of the game as a whole. It's like you're a dwarf working a job, do the fucking assignment, like do what you're told to do,
Yeah, and
essentially.
that's why the better
But then there's
solution
also
is making
yeah,
everything um worth playing.
yeah. The best
Basically.
solution is where everyone would want to do
Yeah,
all the
there's not.
missions
There's
constantly.
it's not. I don't think it's actually healthy for the game to try and introduce ways to just get around the missions you don't like. I mean, because it's not.
No,
But
but
you know,
if Ghost Ship
on a base
doesn't want
level,
to
there's an
address it
argument.
now,
There's an argument for that. But the problem is that because of industrial sabotage specifically, unfortunately, escort duty doesn't factor into this. But industrial
yeah,
sabotage does factor into this because the hate is very almost universal. That's the thing. It's more objective than anything else. It's not just the case of some people don't like it, you know? Right?
yeah.
It's a case where there is something wrong with it. There's more reason to like look into changing the mission rather than just having it so people can pick and choose the missions they do and don't like. This is more of a problem than just some people don't like egg hunts, you know? But it's
Yeah.
different. It's a different situation.
Yeah, but it's just I don't think they can't just do that all the time. Like when everyone decides they hate something, that they have to jump in and like fix it, right? Because I genuinely, I mean, they've shown no signs, and they won't until like the patch notes, essentially. But they've shown no interest in fixing it, like the game mode, um, and that's really bad if that occurs,
There's a weird
because
part of me that
it
thinks they
it
actually
is
do
arguably
stand.
the worst thing in the game
Yeah, but
right
and
now.
part of me
It
thinks they
makes
do
the game
actually
worse.
stand by it as well. Remember how they but you know, um, I don't know if that's true. I only say that because of the thing that they said about when they tried a one power station version of it, they didn't like it because it sort of changed the flow too much. And then the problem I had with that is that's what you want to do. The different versions of the missions should have different flows. That's how you
Yeah,
create variety. So that version,
missions should feel different.
that's a big step, and that's something that they've tried to do. So it might not be too hard to reintroduce.
Yeah. And
Oh, you're
yeah,
here.
it might not be too hard, but they still might not be able to do it yet. And I think until then, maybe they should add a solution that essentially is not people not doing the core hunt because they refuse to play that game mode because it's kind of factually not good.
Luckily, they haven't just gone in
Like
and done that yet either. So it's not.
just like
It's
pulled it
not.
out.
Yeah, it's not locked off yet. As in the option to fix it. They haven't. It's not like they've introduced a way for people to skip it yet. They haven't done that. So it's still very. They are still capable of doing the better thing. But unfortunately, they've already tried to change it. So going a different direction.
Well, they haven't
going a different
tried.
direction to fix it might make more sense to them.
They haven't actually tried adjusting it to the standard game mode level since it was a standard game mode level, right? They just kind of adjusted it from the special game mode that it was into the normal pool and then left it as is.
Yeah, I guess
So this will be
there's
like the
sort
first
of
time they would touch it with it being in the normal pool
the
and
problem
them
is
having
just
gathered stuff.
just removing it and then having it be on its own outside of assignments because you know like it's I say a season one bubble of sorts. It's still not really fair on that mode because people still don't like it because so they're definitely not going to play it if they don't have to. So definitely. So
Yeah.
I can see why this is difficult for them, and I wouldn't blame them for pushing forward more. I would prioritize pushing forward the game more than fixing something that might not be salvageable. You know, they should still try. They should still try. I just don't. I wouldn't put all their effort into this.
I would agree with you if it wasn't in assignments. Because literally, it will be as long as they leave it in the game as in a bad state, and as long as they leave it in assignments, and until now, until it's eternity, people are going to close the game and not play the game and abort assignments because it turns up. It will be a gigathorn in the side of having fun on Deep Rock Galactic is industrial sabotage. So either they buck the fuck up and fix it and make it fun and playable, and even the people that probably wouldn't want to play it, they don't mind playing it in the end of the day. Either they do that or they get it out of the assignments, or
Mm-hmm.
they add a feature to where you can like not have one of the game modes in the assignments, which I'd prefer because I'd use that to get rid of ethical duty, not fucking industrial sabotage. Um,
And that was part 2 of the industrial sabotage rant. Look, man, I felt it coming on. It's what we're supposed to do, right? It's what we're supposed to do.
yeah, no,
I could tell when you
I was
started
gonna
talking
say
about.
it, but
I could tell when you started talking about the cosmetics. That was actually when it started. That's actually, I was like, this is going somewhere, and then you started talking about industrial sabotage. I was like, yes. Problem is, I needed to go
industrial
to dinner.
sabotage, the gold mine.
Now, yeah, it really fucking is. Jesus Christ. For conversations, not anything else.